Finance Bill 2023 was passed, we believe that the revenue that was going to be collected during that period were going to be used for development. Personally, I come from a Masab constituency, and on February of last year, the CS for Transport, Bonamur Komen, came to Kabiet Shrines and promised us that there is a road down there that's going to down from Kurgung to Chepterway, coming down to Kapkatembu. He said personally that since that this is a road that was left midway by the contractor, he was going to send the contractor in a record 3 months to be on site so that the road can continue so the contractor can start the construction. Up to now, we still haven't seen that. So that basically tells you that that is a liar. Number two, I think the Gray has talked about the issue of fertilizer. You've said, Mr. President, that if you find that there is a case against the said minister, you're going to fire him. There is a case that has been filed by the Law Society of Kenya against the Minister of Agriculture. If kindly we can tell the minister to step aside so that trying to investigate someone who is in office becomes very hard. So let the minister step aside so that we can continue with the investigation. Number three, I would want to talk about the arrogance. The arrogance that is in your government. I have heard Mr. President say that the issue of Finance Bill 2024 was, I think it was packaged in a way that maybe you should have done it better. Yes, you should have done it better. The reason being, the people you sent out there, since like the MP for Molo, on the issue of the motor vehicle levy, at some point in the TV, he told people that, if you cannot be able to pay that, just leave your vehicle at home. That is the arrogance that was being displayed. The leader of majority in parliament, Kimani Ichung'wah, even went out on a podium, said that, these are the Gen Zs, they come with the phones, they go to KFC, they go, and then they come with an Uber. That is the arrogance that fueled all this anger that you're seeing in people. And then lastly, on the issue of, I come from, generally this region of Uasin Gishu and maybe Nandi and Uasin Gishu. There was an issue of the Finland scam that happened. There's a case in court. Parents paid for the money. The case is dragging in court. So actually, what you saw in Elred, I think it's more of, it wasn't even more finance bill. It's the anger that has been building up. It's been building up. So people were really angry because they've paid, people sold their land. The issues are still there. Nobody's talking about. We have a case that is in court. It can drag to 5 years. So what happens with the money that is been lost, that someone was going to go to school tomorrow or by next year, maybe they would have graduated. So I think those are the issues that I have. I want you to address in regards to the areas that I have mentioned. Thank you.
Wakili Saroni can speak.
So thank you very much for the time. I have two things. More, I don't want to repeat a lot of things.
In the meantime, I just want to address the president.
Number one.
Mr. President, si tunataka kujua huyu askari amekuwa akiwa watu kwa maandamano atashukua siku gani? Kwa vile amekuwa kirom freely tangu last month, amekuwa to all over the city. Tulikuwa tunataka kujua atashukua siku gani, kwa vile ilikuwa inasemekana amekuwa hivyo tangu kitambo na sio wa kwanza. We just need answers about him. Thank you.
Okay, he will answer. He will answer that. Plus, Councillor, finish, please. Thank you.
Yeah, my question is to the president. Why is it that the things you're asking about today are not new things? They are things you did promise in your campaign, and the other time you are being played with videos of you saying the same thing. You had to find a way of not listening to those videos. The one thing that you promised us, one of them is corruption. Your people around you, you've addressed this one. You can't tell me out of the 100 people you have around you, 90% are corrupt or have story of corruption, and you are doing nothing about them. I'm a medic by profession, and the issue of NHIF, which is moving now to shift. I read the last 2 days of millions, 300 millions, another 900 million today, disappearing to wrong or fake claims. I'm wondering, if the change from NHIF to shift, will it improve or just another way to get more money for people around your circle to buy houses, buy big cars, and laugh at us. Now, Mr. President,
Councillor,
you are here.
Those are about 2 questions. Now let's have the president answer. We don't have a lot of time. We have not wengi. They need to ask questions to the president. Please let the president respond to that. If we get a chance, another chance, utaulize swali ya tatu tafadhali.
Very much. Thank you very much, good people. Let me start with the gentleman. I didn't get his name, from Osop. And that gentleman says we have too many lies flying all over the place. Let me just state. Let me just put it clearly. So many people have spread this story about William Ruto not telling the truth or making fake promises. I made a commitment to the people of Kenya that there will be a hustler fund. Today, there is a hustler fund that takes care of 2 million Kenyans. I made a commitment to the people of Kenya that fertilizer is going to come down. It has come down from 7,000 to 2,500. I made a commitment to the people of Kenya that we will have a housing program. Today, 103,000 houses are being built with 160,000 young people, real people, engineers, architects, quantity surveyors, plumbers, technicians working. I made a commitment to the people of Kenya that we are going to sort out matters in the education sector. Today, we have hired the highest number of teachers in Kenyan history in one time, 56,000 teachers. I made a commitment that I am going to sort out the mess that was in our universities. Today, ask any vice chancellor. With our new funding model, we have sorted out the challenge that was there in our universities. Today, lecturers are being paid. No university today is about to close down. When I came into office, most universities were teetering on being closed because of debts. I made a commitment to the people of Kenya that I am going to implement universal health coverage. Today, as I talk to you, we have 100,000 community health promoters in every village in Kenya that I pay, that I have equipped to begin the journey towards universal health coverage. I want to tell my good friend from Osop that we are focused on these areas. These roads did not stall yesterday. These roads have stalled for a while. We are figuring out how to make sure that we deal with that situation. And my apologies that maybe the minister did not keep his word. And I'm going to remind him. When this issue of fake fertilizer came into the public, all the officials that were involved in it at the National Cereals and Produce Board were charged. When the minister is when there is evidence gathered enough for the minister to be held to account, I want to promise you that I will fire him and any other minister for that matter, if there is sufficient evidence to hold anybody accountable. Arrogance. I agree with you that not everybody understands communication. Let me tell you, my good friend from Osop, the day you become a public speaker, you will know how easy it is to make a mistake in the public. Sometimes you say things that you did not mean, but it comes out very badly. So whether it is the member of parliament for Molo, the member for parliament for Molo is a young man. I can tell you that young man is doing his very best. In fact, when I made him the chair of finance committee, many people told me he was too young. I shouldn't have made him. But I wanted to test also young people. And I wanted to mentor young people. And I want to say, he has made mistakes. But I want to tell you that young man is bright. He has a bright future. He made mistakes. I will apologize for him. Maybe he said what he shouldn't have said. But they are among the young people I am mentoring so that they can become leaders tomorrow. Same case with my friend Kimani Ichung'wah. In fact, after he made that statement in, I think it was maybe in Baringo or somewhere, I called him. I told him, look, This is not how to engage the public. If you follow the next day, he had managed to correct his statement, and he had done, an about turn of some sort. Because let me tell you, my good friend from Osop, I have also one duty as a leader in Kenya. I have a duty to mentor other leaders. They will make mistakes. They will demonstrate, maybe some arrogance, maybe either inadvertently or in whatever manner. But partly, it's because of inexperience, partly because of not a fair understanding of things. But I sometimes will want to take responsibility because these are members of my team, and I will correct them. Let me also say about what you said about the Finland story in Eldoret. It is really unfortunate that people sold property, land, livestock for their children to go to Finland. I wish I could go to court and tell the court to jail these people. Unfortunately, there's something called rule of law. There's something called due process. If these people had not been arrested, if nothing had not been done about it, then I would think that there would be a matter. But these are people who have been arrested. They are, as I talk to you, presently in court. They are being taken through due process. And I am very confident that if they are guilty, the law is going to deal with them.
Is that since you came into power now 2 years ago, the only thing you keep mentioning is the price of unga going down and the housing project, which we do know very well will not be occupied with the common mwananchi like me. So do you have another project that you can always tell us? The things you promise, a lot of things, from police killings, that things are happening. Which one are you going to address other than the two of price of unga and housing? Now, in the police thing, there's somebody, as someone has told you, you have not addressed. Someone was asking, there's a police that killed somebody, is believed to have killed the first Rex, the first death of the protests, still roaming. Yesterday, the other day was seen in a video shooting directly to a crowd. I didn't see the end of the bullets. I cannot tell the crowd to a wall. What is happening to this? When are these people getting arrested? What is the CI doing about them? Why is it that the nobodies are getting arrested, arraigned in court in very few days, but then the big boys are just sitting somewhere eating our taxes? What are you doing about them? What is your direction to address this issue?
Thank you.
So, and also, if you notice something in the pattern, there are the last Mandamano, the recent one that was full of goons. How come the first four, there were no this violence? But then there is the last one with coffin in town and police entertaining these people dropping the coffin from the lorry, as well as seen packing them back in the lorry in the evening. It's clear that somebody was behind this and the police could not touch the very people that were doing this. But when it was another person with a phone and a bottle of water, they get shot, they get tear gassed. What is happening? Why do you speak A and do C? What instruction are you giving to the police? Yesterday I saw that you are praising the police for having done a good job professionally. Well, people died. What are we praising here? What Kenya are we looking at? So can we just match the word with the action? We've been talking too much. We see you on TV every day. We're on space. When are we getting to see action?
Also, Mr. President, have you tried to reach the families of those who were shot dead by the police or injured by the police? Even a single one? Have you tried to reach even their mothers?
Thank you very much. Let me just speak to two of the things that you have. Yes, I have tried to reach out to Kennedy Onyango's mother, Jessica Onyango. And in fact, I am scheduled to engage with them. I have already sent a message and they were not available, but they know that I have been looking for them and I will be speaking to them shortly. On the matter of this rogue police officer that you say is roaming, that is something that I would want to get exact details of who this is. And I can tell you that we will apprehend him and deal with him in accordance with the law. But let me answer also what my friend...
We'll send you video and pictures.
Pardon?
If you're having a difficulty locating the police, we have videos and pictures of them.
Okay.
So that should be easy.
Please forward the picture and photos to me, to Hussein, my spokesman here. And also, I would appreciate if you can send it to also my inbox if you can, or if you can send it to the Independent Police Oversight Authority, we will deal with it. But let me also respond to you about matters corruption. I want to promise you that part of the pushback we had on implementing our universal health coverage is because of corruption. Very many corrupt people who are gaming NHIF were against what we were doing. That is why they went to every court available, trying to sabotage this program, because they know that they will be out of business once we roll out this program, because there will be no room for them to hide. It is also the reason why, my good friend, I am digitizing government services, because I want to reduce the interaction between Kenyans and officers who sometimes ask for bribes left, right, and center. I want Kenyans to access public service from the comfort of their offices or their phones or their homes. But let me speak to the subject of corruption in that matter. I know you have said that the only thing I talk about is unga and housing. Let me also tell you, the whole housing plan is not just about houses, my brother. It is about real people, real jobs. Jobs in our industries that manufacture cement, jobs in our industries that manufacture steel, jobs in our industries that manufacture clinker, jobs, engineers, architects, accountants, HR managers, and many people who are working in that ecosystem. What you are what I am doing now is a cut. There will be an exam in 5 years, and I will tell you, when I do the exam in 5 years, you will see the results. Number two, beyond what I am doing on the space of jobs around housing, I am actively doing a big program on digital jobs. I was in Ruto the other day, launching with CCI a digital hub that is hiring, as I talk to you today, 5,000 Kenyans in Ruto. I challenge you, you can go to Ruto tomorrow to CCI, you will find them working.
My name is Mila.
Mila, okay, Mila.
So, on the eve of the guys who are protesting to the parliament, I'm a photographer and that's what I do. And the guy who was shot, he was shot right in front of me. And it's something that has been living with me in my head since that day. And it really pisses me off. Like, I'm really pissed off. Like, the day you address the nation on that Tuesday, no one was remorseful. Like there was no, like, it's like, I don't know, it's just like life doesn't matter to you guys in the government. Okay, I'll give you that. Later you came and apologized, but still people in your government walk to TV stations. It's like life don't matter. And that thing, it has been disturbing me, because I saw the boy being killed. Even if you go back, you can go check Larry Madowo videos. He traced how the boy was. He was carrying nothing. Like, literally, he was carrying nothing. I know you've spoken about this over and over, but my question is, and it's not even a question, mine is probably just go back and reflect. You are a father, you are a granddad. How would someone feel when the child is dead? I bet from where I stand, none of your government officials have even visited the families or reached out to the families from where I stand. Probably you guys just go back and reflect. Do we really matter as people who elected you? Like, where do we stand? Where do we stand as young youths? Like the guy called Rex, he was a guy, Besley was a guy who was born in 2002. Now he's dead. How does the mother feel? And some of your officials work in TV stations, go on social media, and they're like, wanajipiga kifua, mtu anajipiga, and that someone was fucking, someone died. It's painful, Mr. President. I'm talking this because I saw the boy dead. I even have the videos when the boy was shot. All I'm asking is, let's have empathy. Someone just reaching out, huh? And to the families. That's all I'm saying. Guys, go back and reflect and just have empathy. And then this thing of guys kujipiga kifua, it doesn't make sense. Someone like Nyamu, like, why is she even there? That's all I have to say.
Mila made a very passionate and I think correct analysis of what happened, especially of Kennedy, who died in Rongai. And I believe that he is right. That's really a very regrettable situation. And I apologize on behalf of every official who should have done something about that situation. I have explained that the boy who died in Rongai was actually shot by one of the criminals who actually snatched the gun from the police. That criminal was, however, shot by the police, because if the police did not shoot him, then he would have caused more deaths of more Kenyans, because these are reckless people. Sometimes some of those people are not even in their correct level of senses, and therefore it is regrettable. And I agree with you. It is really unfortunate that you watched an incident that's going possibly to affect your life for a long time. Sorry about that. And I know you have made reference to me as a father, which is true. I have 4 Gen Zs in my home, and I promise you they take me to task, on some of these things. And I have to do a lot of explaining some of the time. And that's just the same way I'm explaining to you guys here. I agree that some of our officials are arrogant. Some of them, speak out of turn, and then some of them display, obnoxious opulence, if I may say that, which does not just anger the public. Sometimes I call in some of those people and I give them a piece of my mind, because even Nyamu, I have had occasion to sit her down, and tell her, I mean, she needs to change what she's doing. And when you are in my position, you're also a father figure. Some of these young people, they get excited about many things, and sometimes they do the wrong things. And I want to tell you that I know somebody here mentioned Karen Nyamu. Karen Nyamu is a girl I've had to sit her down sometimes and tell her, look, she needs to do things differently. So I agree with you that, but I have also undertaken, I have said, I know what is cutting, I know what's going on, and I have promised that I will be making changes. I know you have said that I should not make changes. I should clean the slate clean. But you see, you don't have the job I have, and there are many things that I have to do to be able to get things done. And it's quite something. But I have had you, and I have had the many Kenyans who have talked on this platform, and I'm very happy that we are having this conversation on X. Let me, I don't know, because I had promised that I'll be here up to 5. I think it is now 5:15.
I have a final remark before you go. It's Kioti speaking here.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. President, before you continue, I'm Marvin Mabonga. I come from Kimilili constituency in Bungoma County. So, Mr. President, before you go, I want to let you know that in your cabinet, currently we are having so many incompetent cabinet secretaries. For instance, let me give you an example of your friend, Kipchumba Murkomen. Kipchumba Murkomen did law. He has never been in any law firm in this country. He has never won any case. But currently, he's heading the Ministry for Road and Transport. My question is, between, where is the conjunction between the Ministry of Transport and a lawyer? In that department, you should be putting there a person who has done even civil engineering, who knows so much about construction. Lastly, the Minister for Agriculture, that person, he even doesn't have a bachelor's. We all know this information. We have the government's website and we Google, we see this information. So, Mr. President, if you are going to give us those people who are incompetent, then we are totally doomed. You know, when we elected you as the president, normally they say, you set a thief to catch a thief. But this time round, when we elected you, Mr. President, that you can help us now catch those people who are corrupt in this nation, you're just there laughing with them. Look at Oscar Sudi. He's flaunting with 20 million in a bag in a public forum. I'm even told that there is one of the cabinet minister who was caught in Dubai with 20 million cash, and you actually came through him, so he wasn't taken to a court somewhere or arrested. You know that, Mr. President. Personally, where I sit, I want to pay my rent by 10th. But because I finished campus, I don't have any job anywhere. I'm just here in the city seated. I will not be able to pay that rent because you promised to give us the jobs. But when we elected you, you are now telling us that in the next 1 year, we are not going to employ the youth. Mr. President, do you think that one is not a lie? Lastly, the other day you said, when you were questioned about the boy who was shot, you didn't know whether he was alive or dead. But now you know that the person who shot that boy is not the police officer. Mr. President, do you think that is a reality? That one is not a reality. I'm very angered person because every time we get to those public offices, we are treated like trash. And that's why the other day I was even on the forefront. You can watch the videos. I was on the forefront in those protests to demand for my right. And now here, Mr. President, you are just taking us through the corners. You are not even going straight to the point. Kindly go straight to the point. When you are asked about the person who is corrupt, you say, this person is corrupt. He has been working with millions of money. Tell us, Omanga bought 60 with 50 million a vehicle which is flaunting now on social media. Apart from that, tell us that this fertilizer was fake, even as much as it was dropped from 7,000 to 2,000, it is full of soil. So why are we playing games with the public money, with the money that our mothers and fathers are going through sweat to get it, Mr. President? Wherever we are not happy. And of course, if these things are going to happen this way, then come 2027, we are going to come out in large numbers, Mr. President. We'll take votes and we'll take those people home, including you. If at all you are not going to fight for our own rights as your people in this nation. Thank you so much. I'm very angered, Mr. President.
Thank you. Thank you, my friend Martin. I understand your anger, and you are perfectly in order to be angry because the situation where you're in, out of university, without a job, is something that I have lived through myself. In fact, when I finished university, I did not get a job until I was elected as a member of parliament. But that's not for another day. But let me tell Martin that next week, for example, as part of our housing program, just hold on.